So this video is to share my experience and my family's experience with Jeff's protocols. My brother and sister-in-law both were diagnosed with COVID, and unfortunately their symptoms got really bad really quickly, so they weren't able to start the protocol until their symptoms were completely unbearable. They were at a point where they were willing to try anything to feel better, to feel some sense of relief. So they started with the protocol. They started with the C60 products, the LifeWave crystal patches, and some supplements. Before the protocol, my brother-in-law felt like he was swallowing glass, broken glass in his throat, so his pain was really, truly unbearable. In a couple hours after trying the full protocol, his pain went away completely, so he no longer felt pain in his throat. My sister-in-law was only able to use the crystal patches because she's pregnant and didn't want to ingest anything external. But even with the patches, she was able to feel relief in her chest. So before, her chest heaviness was at a level 10, and it was able to be reduced a lot to a level 2 or 3. She actually ended up developing pneumonia and was admitted to the hospital for a few days. My brother never developed pneumonia, and he got better a lot faster doing the full protocol with the C60 products, the vape and the liquid, and also the crystal patches. They're both doing well now. They're completely recovered, but it did take them a few days to be feeling better. Fast forward a week later, I actually started developing very similar symptoms that they had. It was a normal day, and then I noticed some pain in my joints that felt like I was starting to develop a fever. And within 20 minutes, I actually developed a full fever. I had really bad body aches. I had a lot of heaviness in my chest, and I was not able to fill my lungs without coughing. So I was breathing really shallow and was only able to breathe about 20% of the way. I immediately started the protocol because of the quickness and severity of the symptoms. I knew that I was going to be fighting a really hard virus to fight, so I knew the quicker the better. After being Jeff's student and studying his protocols for a while, I know that being quicker is a lot better than waiting and letting it develop. So I started with his cleanse and ground protocol. And I noticed that just with this cleansing ground and mineralization and focusing on gratitude, I was able to fill my lungs 40%. So that was a 20% improvement just with spiritual techniques and not even anything external. But because I had the products on hand, I was able to continue the healing. Even though I was able to, use some external products, I did notice that it just focusing away from fear into gratitude was able to help me breathe a little bit deeper. And this was without even using the products. So even if I didn't have the products on hand, I would be able to do something to help myself feel better. And focusing on gratitude allowed me to breathe in deeper, and also allowed my heart rate to slow down because I was really scared when I wasn't able to breathe. After I did all the spiritual components, I was able to do his patch protocol using the LifeWave crystal patches, and I also started using the C60 products, both the vape and the liquid. And even though my body aches felt like I had a really intense fever, it never went higher than a 99.5. So the products helped me control the fever, and it went away after a few hours. By the evening, I was able to breathe in about 80% of the way, so my lungs were doing a lot better. And the next morning, I was at 99%, so almost 100%. The only thing I noticed the following day was that I was having some memory issues, so something was affecting my brain. I continued the products, and by the following morning, I was at 100% better, so very, very quickly. I learned a lot from this experience. The first thing I learned is that in 12 hours, I was able to see very quick improvements. Going from 20% of filling my lungs to 99% was just incredible. this virus started so fast and so strongly that I was really in awe with how fast my body could help fight the virus with just using these products. The second thing I learned was that I don't need to have the full protocol to see some improvement. So even just filling myself with gratitude and focusing on gratitude was able to help me breathe better. And so that's really important to learn, because if I'm not home, or if I don't have the products with me, then I know that I can at least do something to help me feel better until I can get those products. And the last thing I learned was that the earlier you start the protocol, the better. And just comparing my experience with my brother's, he was already at the worst symptoms and it took him a few days to recover. I was at the very beginning and it took me just a few hours to recover. So it's really important to have these products and to just have them in the home for whenever something comes up. These will be helpful no matter what virus you're battling, and they'll have really quick effects. So I definitely recommend Jeff's protocol, full protocol, with both the spiritual component and the physical component. You'll see really quick effects, and thank you so much for all your help, Jeff, and for helping me and my family.